Hi, guys. It's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. So, we made it to Wednesday, halfway through the week, guys. Keep going. My heart goes out to every single person in Florida. I mean, I don't know what's going on down there. You see pictures, but it's not the same. I just know just the people who just don't have power. I mean, that's the littlest thing out of everything that's going on. It's, I mean, have we found out if there was ever a bigger one? So I heard at work, which means nothing because these are just drunk people talking, that this is the largest one on record. Is that true? Michael, CJ. Oh gosh, it's Thursday. Kelly, you're right. We made it to Thursday. Daytona and Orlando is in the wall. Stink Eye is here. Two in a row. Boo. Hi, Nan. Monica. Oh yeah, Kelly. The tornadoes. Ooh, hey Bobby. My mods are great. This isn't your job. You guys can take some time off and, like, I don't know, sleep. Jeffrey, hi, Jeffrey. Every day I have a mod, many mods, almost every single mod, every day. That's crazy. So there was one bigger 100 years ago. Andrew was bigger? Really? Man, I know Andrew was bad. Yeah, bus talk, bar talk, same difference. Yeah, Fazia, it took me every second since I got off work to get these clips ready today. Every second of my time, except I cooked dinner. We don't get tornadoes. We got a hurricane once in I think it was 2003 or 2004. It was one of those 2 years in Pennsylvania. And when I say we got a hurricane once, it got a little windy. We just saw a lot of wind and we were like, "Oh, okay, this is a hurricane." They told us it was a hurricane. Um, was it Sandy? I think it was Hurricane Sandy. We got hit with Hurricane Sandy. I don't know what category it was. There were no cars flying around. There was no flooding. There was a lot of rain and some wind. Oh, I didn't, Bobby? Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't get hit by Hurricane Sandy in 2003, 2004. I'm wrong. I'm telling you, they told us it was a hurricane. You can argue with me all you want, but I was here. They said we were getting hit by a hurricane, Sandy. It was a big deal. New Jersey got demolished. Speaking of Jersey, we have Jersey tonight. I mean, oh yeah, we get blizzards all the time. They're nothing. A blizzard is nothing. We still have school in a blizzard. Yeah, I work at a brewery. I work at Big Dog Craft Brewing in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I should have said that. Oh, oh, oh. What, Kelly? I hate when Kelly doesn't finish her sentence. I know it's something important. We don't really get tornadoes. We don't get earthquakes. I don't. Dan Rapp, no, that's not his name. Whoever my weatherman was back then. It's so when you live in Pennsylvania, snow's not a big deal. It's just snow. Just falls in the ground, you move it over and you go on with your life. No, no, it's my work uniform. I was working hard. I was working hard, and sometimes you get really good clips and sometimes you don't. And I searched and searched and searched and searched and searched. And this is what I came up with. Let's start with, all right, we're going to do a short clip. It's like 4 minutes long. And I I didn't get the whole thing. This is all you get. You only get the 4 minutes. The 4 minutes are good enough because it just keeps getting a little bit worse until the judge is like, okay, had enough. Here it is.
Got you off of no, let's go back. When about the Chuck E. Cheese, did you see a gun in my hand?
You threatened me with the gun.
But did you see a gun?
Threatening me. You used your mouth. You threatened me and said
But
that you were going to.
Ms. Daniels, if you'll answer the question.
Georgia, Georgia, Georgia's back up and running now. Not everywhere in Georgia, but she is. And some other people are. Wait till later.
Did you see a gun?
I didn't see a gun, but she tapped her purse as if she had a gun.
But did you see a gun?
Ms. Williams, that question's already been asked and it's already been answered.
Okay, another
I'm going to ask you to move on.
okay, another accusation. So in your TPO, you stated that I got you off of Section 8. Is there any documents with my name stating who I spoke with or anyone like that?
That's against.
I myself saying that I myself called the people and reported that whatever.
My caseworker told me.
Ms. Daniels, what direct knowledge do you have that Ms. Williams had you removed from Section 8?
My caseworker told me.
That would be hearsay. Okay, Ms. Williams, do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am, it's Stokes, just Stokes.
Based on what I've heard, I am going to grant the
That's awesome.
the 12-month protective order. Ms. Williams, I understand there were a couple of points that you did make that indicated that Ms. Daniels did not have direct knowledge.
Correct.
It would be hearsay, but there's enough that has happened between the two of you that I find that it is appropriate for the stalking 12-month protective order to be issued. So I'm going to sign that today. And let me tell you what that means. Well, before we go to that, Ms. Williams, was there anything you wanted to say?
As far as all of this that she's talking about, it's accusations. When I did arrive to her home, that's when my current boyfriend was there, which he had no business to be there. So it wasn't nothing towards her. She projected herself out of this situation. So
You're saying that you were there because your boyfriend was there.
correct.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Williams. I am going to sign the 12-month protective order. I do find it to be appropriate in this case. Ms. Williams, you are ordered to not have any direct or indirect contact with Ms. Daniels. That would even include if your boyfriend comes to her house, you cannot have contact with her. No telephone calls, no letters, no emails, no text messages, no speaking through third parties. You don't want to do that. You are required to be a minimum of 200 yards from her at all times. There's no legitimate reason for the two of you to have any contact. If you violate this order, I want you to know that you put yourself at risk of being arrested and being charged with the offense of aggravated stalking. If you are convicted of aggravated stalking, there's a potential sentence of up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. So I'm going to order that you have no contact with her.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Miss Patterson.
Thank you. I may be excused.
Yeah, them not having T-shirts on their website is one of the smallest things they do wrong out of everything. So I set up a shop to sell T-shirts, and I set up a whole bunch of merchandise. I mean, everything. Mugs, pillows, blankets, everything is in this shop. So you can buy Court Vibes T-shirts and stuff, right? Guys, I cannot remember the name of the website. I cannot remember the name of the website that I set this up. It's not in my email. It's something like Bubble or Bumblebee or that do custom shirts. So as soon as I remember the name of the site that I set it up at, I can get moving on that. But listen, I'm not business savvy. it, yeah, they're fighting over a man, but are they fighting over a man? No, they're just fighting. They're just fighting. If her man is at her house, the answer is easy. It's not go there. Why would you want to go there? There's two people there that you don't need to talk to anymore. Oh man, I just wish I knew what the site was. You should have seen everything I set up. I did. I did search. I searched my emails. Thought they'd send me a welcome email or hey, you haven't finished setting up or something. But no, they didn't. That's right. They were kind of expensive. And I don't want you guys to pay a lot of money. But there's not my hands are pretty much tied unless I draw them with a crayon, which would be really cheap, like $3. I could do that. No, I can't. Hi, J Fire. I hope you're feeling better. Yes, I definitely looked in my spam folder. First thing you need to know about wives. You don't put them on jobs. You know what? If you're just nice to wives, they'll just do stuff. They'll just do work for you. If you just like mention that you kind of want something and then like say, "Oh my God, your hair is so pretty." They'll just do it. Red Bubble. Oh my gosh, I was looking for Bubble. I knew someone would hear. I knew someone here would know. I just knew it. Um, Log in. Okay. I found it. Okay, you found it. You finally found it. Um, I'm trying to show you my collections, but it says no collections found. Okay, it's fine. Now that I know the site, I can figure it out. Maybe that's why, maybe it is in my email, but it's called Redbubble, and I'm looking for Bubble or Bumblebee or something, and I couldn't find it. And I have 15,000 emails. I cannot look in each one. Can't do it. Thank you, Casey. Gary saves the day. Um, hmm. I don't think it'll get me demonetized. Lots of people have merch. I can't think of any way having merch will get me demonetized. So let's go to the next one. That was the best one. So you guys, if you want to jet, Bye. 4 minutes. I have stamina for four solid good minutes. And the rest is just, All right. Let's go to New Jersey for a second. Oh, I see. Showing a website without permission. You right. You're right. Yeah, Jojo. You missed that 4 minutes. You shouldn't have overslept. I'm spent now.
Comfort Inn, Route 21. Do you know what city the Comfort Inn is in? You weren't audible, sir.
Carnegie. It's Carnegie slash Harrison.
Route 21?
It's right on Route 21 by the bridge.
Yeah, I believe it's near the Spanish Pavilion, what we're talking about.
That would be Newark.
Bear with me there.
Dollar store.
So it's the 1348 McCarter Highway.
What's it called?
It's called Comfort Suites North Dash Harrison.
Okay.
Did we get confirmation?
City,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what city is it in?
I see it as North New Jersey with a zip of 07104.
Okay. So as Newark continues to rebrand itself, one day maybe people will want what's in Harrison to say it's in Newark. But right now, we have the Comfort Suites.
If I have it goes both ways, everyone wants a piece of everybody's land.
Oh, I'm not asking you to help me know where it is. It's either in Newark or it's in Harrison. It's not Newark, that's Harrison. No. No. It's either Newark or it's in Harrison. Okay. So if the Comfort Inn wants to help people feel comfortable coming because it's close to Harrison, that's their marketing prerogative. Now, Mr. Mullen, the recommendation is for ROR.
I love her. And I have never seen Anne lift her head up that long to talk to anybody. Never. That was the most I've ever seen Anne say that wasn't, reading the charges or something. Well, no, she doesn't read the charges. She's a defendant. We've got more from Jersey, but I think I'm going to do the headliner now because I can't wait any longer to show this clip. Well, I can wait another second because it's not popping out at me. Oh, it's I know why. Here we go. I think it's this one. We got our judge back. Judge Reese. Judge Reese streamed today, guys. I was so happy. I think I should turn it down just a touch, though. Just a touch. Because I don't know how loud it is. That sounded pretty loud to me.
All right.
Just his voice makes me happy.
You, Mr. Harden? Are you Mr. Prentice Harden?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. You can remain seated. That microphone will pick you up better. Mr. Harden, you were convicted here 20 years for burglary back in October of 2012. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So you've got an end date, a 20-year sentence there is May of 2032. So you've got about 7 years left, a little more than 7 years left, almost 8. They now allege that you have violated the terms and conditions of your probation by committing the new offense of robbery in Savannah back in July of 2023, and the new offense of shoplifting.
Did you hear that, guys? July of 2023. I love when he says July.
Here in Emmanuel County in August of 2024.
Congratulations.
You're here today with your attorney, Mr.
I think.
McRae. Mr. McRae, what is your announcement with regard to Mr. Harden?
Yes, me and Mr. Harden spoke. We're going to admit and argue with this with Judge.
Your lawyer says you wish to admit the allegations. Is that right?
Sir?
Your lawyer says you wish to admit these allegations. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. What's the state's position?
State recommends 170 to 180 days PDC.
Well, let me ask, is the robbery case in Chatham County been disposed of?
It has not against Mr. Harden. He had a co-defendant who did an Alfred plea this past January in that case, Judge, and received 5-year sentence, credit for time served, 6 months to serve.
Robbery.
So I don't know what's going on. They indicted the co-defendant. They have not done anything with Mr. Harden's case as of this time. And I don't know the facts of it in any way whatsoever. The shoplifting here in Emmanuel County was a misdemeanor shoplifting.
And to chime in on that, Judge, my understanding, he's already been sentenced on the misdemeanor shoplifting. You were telling me you had about 240 hours community service you needed to complete, as well as some other things. Well, it's all folded up, but if you give me a second, Judge, I can confirm that. But
Certainly confirm that.
But
Shoplifting plea in state court. How soon? It happened in August of 2024. It's pretty simple. Prentice Harden.
Let's see, I got a note here. It's all folded up. I'm sorry, Judge. Got a note here from Jag, I guess where he is. He was just supposed to have his first report back in September with them, so that's going to take care of it in a second. Let's read this, right?
I believe,
Okay.
I believe it's.
Oh, he just did? I didn't hear. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's here on the yellow sheet, offender information, Plainsboro Municipal Judge, you'd like to see.
No.
But just about the robbery thing, me and Aaron spoke about this. It hasn't been indicted. It's been Chatham County. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen, Judge.
Yep.
This came down from that way. And I can tell you it's a mess, a little bit of a mess in that. So
I understand that, but he's got a prior burglary here.
Okay.
And now we got robbery in Chatham, shoplifting here. What other record does he have?
I'll lean on the state for that one, Judge.
Oh, I'm waiting on them, yeah.
Mr. Harden just told me this was all he had. So we'll wait to hear from the state since they got his full. I assume felonies, Judge?
Say again?
Just felonies?
Well, might as well.
Okay. He has a theft by taking out of me.
We might as well just hear the felonies because we don't have time for all those misdemeanors.
Emmanuel County, 1999.
Harden, did you go to prison on this?
On which one?
On this burglary charge. You had a 10-year sentence in prison. Did you go to prison?
Burglary?
On this burglary, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How long did you stay there?
I had a
I was
20-year
setting up
sentence,
some
20
merch.
10 in and 10 out. I did
How many years did you actually serve in prison?
7.
7.
7 did.
And you want to go back so bad that you out committing new offenses?
No, sir. No, sir.
Well,
To be honest with you,
Only in
the
July.
charge in Savannah, that wasn't me. I don't even understand why they.
I'm worried about the charge here, shoplifting, stealing.
Oh, no, sir.
You say you had a theft by taking in 99,
Yes, sir.
a burglary here in 2012, and now you out stealing things that don't belong to you again.
Yes, sir. I was going through something. I was down bad, and I was just
Wait for
going
it.
through a storm.
You went through a storm. Well, we all just went through a storm.
Yes, sir.
And I imagine there's some folks out there stealing.
No, sir. I made a mistake.
Yes,
But
Rock.
supposedly shoplifted. You got a record? You got any kind of a report on the shoplifting?
No, Judge.
Don't have any report or anything on it?
No, Judge.
Got any idea where it was from?
All right, Bobby. Every year on your anniversary, though, you have to come here and watch the live stream, and we'll all wish you a happy anniversary. We'll remember what number you're at too. That way, if she ever asks you, you already know.
Somebody got to have some kind of information, or you wouldn't have gotten a warrant.
No one has any
Well, based on
information.
what you got.
What were you wanting to know?
Where it was and what he stole.
I don't think I have an incident report. I can tell you where it was. I can tell you it was in Springfield. That's all I can tell you. I don't have the incident report.
No one knows what he stole or where he stole it from. He's just here. Judge is okay
All
with
right, the
that.
state wants 170 to 180 days. What are you asking for?
Well, Judge, I mean, we're here, we're admitting, he obviously is even admitted to you. I mean, he wants to get it right. This is a mistake. We'd like something less than PDC, but we're going to lean on you for that, Judge. I mean, he's here we're admitting to it. He's made a mistake. He'd like to make it right. He's already this misdemeanor thing in the municipal court, which we don't have a report for. I mean, he's already been sentenced on. He's got community service for it. If we send him anywhere, he's not getting the community service, and he's not doing any restitution on that. So,
Well, they don't have much.
that's Judge.
They don't have much community service here anymore anyway. I don't
Yes.
do any. I don't think they sent us to it, but I don't know that they ever do it. I don't ever see any work details out on Saturdays anymore. I don't see.
We got a lot of work right now, though, Judge.
There's plenty to do, but the sheriffs don't want to mess with it because they got to pay a deputy
Yes, sir.
to supervise them while they're out doing it, and they just don't like to do it. And you don't have any record because it's a municipal court case.
I think I'll just end on that, Judge. I mean, the state's recommendation is there. We just ask for something less than on your conscience, Judge. Lean on
Than.
yes. That's where we'll end on that. I mean, he's been in now, they picked you up back September here? You've been about a month or two now? About 2 months now. You know, he's already done 2 months now. We'd like to figure something out. I haven't spoken to jail on him, unlike something I had earlier or anything.
He's obviously not a trustee. So.
No, sir. But I'll just end it with that, Judge. Wait your ruling.
right, 150 to 160 in the PDC. Mr. Harden, let me tell you something. Come back for another theft of any kind. Shoplifting, theft by receiving, theft by taking, burglary, robbery, any kind of thing to do with stealing stuff that don't belong to you. You're going to go back to prison for whatever time you got left on that sentence.
20-year sentence. He did 7 years.
And no excuse for taking things that don't belong to you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, I understand people getting mad, getting upset, and having a fight sometimes, that kind of thing. I understand that. I understand somebody getting drunk or using drugs, addiction, and all those kind of things. Those are tough problems to resolve and all that. But there's no excuse for thievery, for stealing things that don't belong to you. And if the only way I can stop you from doing that is put you back in prison, then that's what I'll do.
Yes, sir.
All right.
$29. He's going to be here
How
forever
about
and ever.
let's see, that's hard. It starts with a P. Kenton.
So that guy's going into prison. He sent him to prison for 120 to 180 days for shoplifting.
Yeah, we can do Ms. Fenton next.
Mr. Bull, come on up, sir. All right, Mr. Ball, we are set next week for a jury trial. We set today's court date just to see whether a plea agreement.
Y'all think you're smart. Y'all think you know the law because you watch these videos. You don't know nothing about the law, nothing. This man's going to educate all of us.
Can be or has been reached, or whether we are going to be proceeding to trial. So, Mr. Bowl, from your perspective, where are we today? What are we doing today?
So I read through the, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I read through the plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I studied it. I looked up some items of concern and I'm comfortable with that. So I believe that we are proceeding with the signature on the agreement.
Okay, and have you signed it?
I did not. I didn't know if I was supposed to do that in front of you or.
There's a pen right there. So have you
Is it black or blue? I guess
black is fine.
Blue one by accident.
Okay, blue or black, whatever you prefer.
Right.
Either one.
Did you want me to?
Go ahead and sign it, and then I'm going to run through some questions. So if you get it signed, then I'm going to take it and I'll walk through, and we'll just make sure that's what you'd like to do.
So. Today's the 9th or 10th?
Today is the 9th.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. And Mr. McMullen, we have Mr. Cavanis online, so we're going to go to that case next.
Oh, I almost signed your name on your thing.
No, don't sign on my ones. Thank you.
Sorry.
I'll just cross it out and sign, but I'm saying you want to sign on the ones that are for you.
I wasn't going to make light of it. My eyesight is horrible bad.
She has the patience of a saint right now.
All right, I'll take that when you're ready. Thank you. Yeah, come on up.
A permission to approach?
Yes, sir. Come
I
on up.
just wanted to say that recently.
There you go. Now you've said it.
You come all the way up to the bench. Thank you. All right. You can go ahead and step back. Thank you. All right, Mr. Bull, it appears that you are going to be pleading guilty to a charge of theft.
All right, I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again today, guys. Hey, I haunt you. How are ya? What city you from? Come on, I haunt you. Talk to us. We want to hear something.
That's a class 4 felony. Penalties are listed here. Restitution is $55,100. You have already paid $50,000. So it looks like the remaining restitution is $5,100. And you have agreed pursuant to the plea agreement to apply your $5,000 cash bond towards that restitution. So that'll leave $100 on that restitution. Is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
It is my understanding.
Okay, it looks like additionally, this is pursuant to a 4-year deferred judgment and sentence. So that means you're entering a guilty plea today, but for 4 years, that plea is going to hang in abeyance. It's not going to be a conviction. As long as you stay out of trouble, no criminal offenses that result in conviction for the next 4 years, follow all the conditions of your probation. At the end of the 4 years, this charge will be dismissed, and that will make it eligible for sealing. So this could eventually be sealed and off your record if you're able to comply with all conditions of probation. Do you understand that as well?
I understand that.
All right. Is anyone forcing you, coercing you, or has anyone made you any promises that cause you to plead guilty to this charge?
No.
Is this your voluntary decision?
Yes.
Legal Fiction would not be happy with her whistling.
Okay, and in the paperwork that you were provided, it goes into great detail on your legal rights. Do you believe you understand your legal rights in this matter?
Was it good? Was it good?
That's your right.
Pursuant to, I believe it's CR 35B. I had to read up on that. So I did educate myself on that one concern about rights and things like that.
Okay, so I'm going to just focus you a little bit. The guilty plea and waiver of rights runs through your right to have an attorney, your right to remain silent, your right to plead not guilty, have the matter set for a trial, your right at trial to confront the evidence and the witnesses against you, present evidence and witnesses on your own behalf, your right to have the charge proved beyond a reasonable doubt before you can be found guilty, your right to have a trial within a speedy amount of time, so that's 6 months generally on these types of cases. You also have a right to appeal a final decision made by a court. If you believe that decision is unlawful, you always have the right to remain silent, and that means make no statements. If you decide to stay silent, that cannot be used against you. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And by entering a guilty plea, you are waiving many of those rights. The right to remain silent. If you admit guilt, you're not remaining silent. You're not deciding to go to a trial and have the charge proved beyond a reasonable doubt. So you're waiving those rights. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And you are here today without an attorney. Is it your wish to go forward today without counsel?
Yes.
And is that a voluntary decision?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of anything today that might impair your ability to think clearly or to make good decisions?
No.
Right? Do you believe you understand the possible penalties for this offense?
Mm-hmm.
And then let me run through them a little bit. While you're on the deferred judgment and sentence, you could face a jail sentence, but that would be limited to 90 days. More than likely, it's going to be a probationary sentence. If you do something that causes a revocation of the deferred judgment and sentence, a class 4 felony carries 2 to 6 years in the Department of Corrections. That can go as high as 12 years with sufficient aggravation, 3 years of mandatory parole, and up to a $500,000 fine plus court costs. So while you're on the deferred judgment and sentence, the possible penalties are very limited. If it results in a conviction, then obviously those larger possible penalties can be imposed. Do Do you understand those penalties?
So the deferred judgment
Mhm.
basically is just set aside for 4 years.
So your guilty plea is pretty much set aside for 4 years. During that 4-year period, you are under the supervision of the court. You're going to have conditions of probation. And one of the big ones is no criminal offenses that result in conviction. Okay, so that's why you're on the deferred. If everything goes well, at the end of 4 years, that charge will be dismissed.
Yes.
Okay, if during that 4 years, you get a new criminal offense that results in conviction, the DA is going to file a motion to revoke the deferred judgment and sentence. You'll be brought back into court. You'll be advised. If they're able to prove that you have violated the deferred judgment and sentence, then the conviction could enter, and then those more serious possible penalties could be imposed. So the deferred is a great opportunity to have the charge dismissed. And then again, because of the type of charge, you'll have an ability to seal the case if it's dismissed. It's a great opportunity, but it does have that requirement that you stay out of trouble for 4 years and do everything the court orders you to do. Okay?
And so we talked about that at length, and we concur and we agree and we are aware.
Well, I wasn't involved in those discussions. I'm just telling you this is what you're looking at, making sure you understand that.
And I understand.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about your rights, possible penalties, or anything before we go forward?
No, that's why I said when I read, it's pursuant to CR 35B, and so I read that, and it says that I'm waiving the ability to appeal and or the sentencing and or what have you. So I believe I understand everything. I believe that I'm vacating those rights by entering a plea of guilty.
So I will just say you're waiving a lot of your legal rights by pleading guilty. You're not waiving every single possible right of appeal. There can be some irregularities that sometimes cases can still come back on even with a guilty plea. But I think you're correct in really thinking that by pleading guilty, you're waiving the majority of those rights and deciding to just go forward and face the possible penalties. Okay?
Yeah, so this was it's been a long drawn out process. And
Yes, sir.
I have been reading the law as if it was my hobby. So I'm learning a lot, and I believe I understand everything, and I appreciate your concerns that I do understand.
Great. All right, so the allegation is that you, on or about September 13th, 2020, in the state of Colorado, unlawfully, feloniously, and knowingly took a thing of value, namely checks that were cashed for cash belonging to Akahi Grill Corporation, also known as Akahi Grill and Catering, with the value of $20,000 or more, but less than $100,000 in violation of statute. Do you understand that charge?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
So we're entering a guilty plea.
Okay, so you're pleading guilty. There is a factual basis listed in the plea paperwork. It states that on July 19th, 2021, Ms. Woolsey contacted law enforcement and then indicated to them that they had hired you to remodel a building to be used as a second location for their restaurant. And that from September 20th through March 21st, from September 2020 through March 2021, that they paid you approximately $55,100 through checks to complete a remodel, and that you failed to complete the remodel as ordered and did not return the funds until recently. Does that sound pretty much what happened? You agree?
That's what they're claiming.
Okay. And is there anything you would add? Anything you think is different?
To the charge?
To that factual basis.
It's too late to argue this. I just gave you a guilty plea with a deferred judgment agreement, and I think it's senseless to try to argue any facts at this point unless I enter into some other situation where I appeal something.
True.
All right, well, the court will accept the guilty plea, find it to be knowing, voluntary, and intelligently made. Does appear to be based in fact. Were the people anticipating sentencing today?
Yes, Judge, we're prepared to go to sentencing.
All right, and statements prior to sentencing.
Yes, Judge. This court just read the factual basis in the plea paperwork. I don't have much else to add other than, as Mr. Burwell said, this has been a long drawn out process. I do have the transcript from his first court appearance when he said, I'll just pay it if you want me to pay it. And then at that time, attorneys got involved, things got more complicated and drawn out. I will just say that once he no longer had representation, he gave the check to the Woolseys almost immediately. And the people, we do appreciate that. I think that was our big hang up in this case, was if you can pay the restitution, here's the offer. And since the time I've been able to communicate with Mr. Burwell about this case, we have worked pretty well in coming to an agreement. And I do believe this is an appropriate resolution. We ask that the court adopt it, and as stated in the plea paperwork, the restitution in the case, and apply the bond to restitution.
Thank you. And Mr. Bowl, anything you would like to say before sentencing?
I believe the statement, I didn't know why the sheriff's department was at my door. I had no clue. I was offended that somebody would say to me that they didn't know where I was when in fact they were plowing my driveway with their equipment and everyone knew where I was. So all of those facts and all of those uncomfortable feelings have gone by way of the dodo bird, because now it's just time to make restitution and move forward. I apologize for the fact that each and every attorney that I hired just couldn't seem to get the job done. So I put my foot down, I terminated the agreements, and I gave the check to Mr. Johnson, the Ikahi's attorney. Because I wanted to show you good faith, because I did make a statement that I wanted to pay it immediately. I had no idea that there was an infraction. I had no idea what the claims were. And
all right. And Mr. Bowl, did you spend any time in custody on this case? Were you arrested at any point?
They picked me up at the house in, I built those houses in Leadville there, so I have an office there. Mm-hmm. And so I was over there at the sheriff's office in their cell for maybe a couple of hours, several hours before I purchased the bond.
Okay. So not overnight or anything?
No, ma'am. And no.
All right. So in this matter, the court will accept the 4-year deferred judgment and sentence that will begin on today's date and then terminate on or about October the 8th of 2028. During that time, Mr. Bowl, I'm going to place you on an unsupervised probation. I don't see any real issues that would trigger supervision. Conditions of your probation: no alcohol, no illegal possession or consumption of any scheduled substances, no criminal offenses, payment of all fines and costs.
All of them.
In this matter, that'll be a $163 victims compensation fee, $163 victims assistance fee, $40 in court costs, $2.50 genetic testing surcharge, $10 restorative justice surcharge, $5 electronic discovery fee. Restitution, the amount of $5,100 is ordered. Bond is released and may be applied against the restitution. So from here, you're going to go to the clerk's window. They're going to give you the total on the fines and costs. They'll talk to you about payment options. They're also going to release your bond, apply that against the fines and costs. So they'll tell you what's left on that. Mr. Bowl, because I'm not putting you on supervised probation, really what's going to happen is for the next 4 years, you're going to stay out of trouble. No criminal offenses, no convictions. At the end of the 4 years, the DA is going to run your criminal history, assuming everything is, as we understand it, clear, no new criminal offenses. That charge will be dismissed. You won't have to come back to court. if between now and then you change residences, make sure you tell the court what your new mailing address is. Because if the DA files to revoke your deferred judgment and sentence, they're going to send it to the last address we have. And so we just need to make sure we always have a good address for you so you get the information you need and can address any issues that come up. Maybe reasonable, maybe not, but you want to make sure you know what they are so you can respond. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Stop at the clerk's window. They will help you there. Take care. Thank you.
May I ask you a question, please?
Yes.
Do you have my current address?
Yeah, stop it there because I don't care what his current address is, and I don't care how long and drawn out that was, but that guy owed $55,000 and has paid 50,000 of it the day that his last lawyer, I don't know how many they were fired. He just gave them $50,000. Here you go. I didn't know I owed it. And now he has a criminal history. So he paid 50,000, right? He owes the judgment was for $55,100. His bond was $5,000. So for restitution, he owes $100 yet. He still owes them $100. If he doesn't pay that, but then all the rest of that money is all court costs and everything else, that they tack onto you when you commit crimes. So if I was him, which I'm not, if he can pay 50,000, he can pay 100 today. Just pay it today. But I don't know what he's going to do. He's probably going to read another book. Then he's going to go to the clerk with his $100 in his hand, and he's going to tell the clerk how he read the book, which page he read, and how he knows it's right that he has to pay this money by the law because it says so. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I don't know how many attorneys he had, but they're all expensive. There ain't no such thing as a cheap attorney. Nope, nope, nope. All right. I can't stay away much longer. I have to go
Be an
back.
issue with me and my address with everything.
Hold on.
And the jury trial is vacated.
And we're back. Hi, Judge Reese. I missed you.
Again. Yeah, he was had some kind of PPO duty, he said. Are you Monica Pellerin?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. Steele was served with these papers. I don't know the date. You got a date of service? There's not a term of service in the file.
I confirmed with the sheriff's department they had been served, but they did not give me the day.
Okay. Has he violated the order as far as you know?
Yes.
What has he done?
Text messages.
Y'all be quiet, please. Mr. Steele, you were served with a document to have no further contact with Ms. Pellerin. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
She indicates that you have nonetheless been text messaging her even though you were served with that order. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I didn't.
What part of the order did you not understand when it says you will have no contact with her whatsoever?
I understood the order, sir. It was a storm and I just texted, but they okay.
It was a storm?
Yes, sir. So
the storm made you violate the court order?
No, sir. I was just checking and making sure they was okay.
Well,
I know I violated.
None of your business whether they're okay or not. That's the part you don't seem to understand. That's none of your business.
Yes, sir.
She has requested an order that you not have any contact with her, not call her, not text her,
yes, sir.
Not come by her business, not where she works, not come by her home, not have any contact with her at all.
Yes, sir.
Is there any reason why she should not be entitled to have that order to keep you away from her?
No, sir.
All right. Then you need to understand that I'm going to sign a 12-month order here that they have prepared that says you'll make no.
Is there somebody supposed to be?
Sorry.
Remember just a little bit ago when Texas got hit and and the courts for the next month, they're still saying it. The storm, the hurricane. I love this judge though. It's none of your business if they're okay or not.
You need to understand that I'm fixing to sign an order that says that you will have no contact with her over the next 12 months. No contact means no contact.
Yes, sir.
Now there's another storm. It may come here. I don't know if it's going to come here or not.
Yes, sir.
But if it does, and you make contact with her, you're going to be riding out the storm in the Emmanuel County jail.
Yes, sir. I got you.
And I don't know if this is true or not, because again, this is bar talk. Bar talk were telling me today that they didn't evacuate any of the prisons.
Any further violation of these orders that I have signed will result
in Florida.
If you in fact did violate the order, you're most likely going to spend some time in the county jail. Understand that?
Yes, sir.
We're not playing games here. This is serious stuff.
Yes, sir.
Now, apparently you're driving a 2016 Dodge Challenger that apparently is in your name. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But you're making the payments?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you quit making the payments, it's going to go back to her.
Yes, sir.
Apparently, if you make the payment, then he can keep it. You're going to sign it over to him once the payments are all made.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, I got the first part. He broke a protection order, so he should be there. Now, all of a sudden, he just switched gears real quick and spoke to these two about truck payment. So, do these two have the protection order out against him, and is he paying for a truck on her account? And if she has a protection order or her, I don't know which one, against him, what the heck are they standing? Why are they I don't know what's going on. I tried to understand the track he was going on, and I don't understand.
All right, here's the order. Y'all can get copies made. And if you'll have a seat over there on the front row, they're going to serve you with a copy of this 12-month order. When you're served with a copy of this, you'll be free to go. All right. Jacob Hardison, coming to court of your bond to be forfeited. Jacob Hardison, coming to court of your bond to be forfeited. Jacob Hardison, coming to court of your bond to be forfeited. Call upon the bondsperson, Jacob Hardison, to produce his body in court. Having failed to appear, rearrest on addition, the bond is forfeited. Sarah Hilliard.
He did that quite a lot. People were no showing all day, probably because of the hurricane, but the other one, not this one. He just kept, he has to call the name out 3 times. And it's so funny when he does it. A lot of judges do it. A lot of judges will do it themselves. A lot of judges in Ohio, they make the bailiff go outside the courthouse, stand on the first step, say the name 3 times, and then they come back in and the judge says, "Did you say the name 3 times?" The bailiff says, "Yes, I did, sir." All right, next, Jersey. I think we're going to go back to Jersey. Here we go. This is the most Jersey conversation I've ever heard.
Good afternoon.
Says, good afternoon, Matthew Carpenter, W 2024.
Justin Armstrong.
Oh. Mr. Armstrong is not ill. So we'll call Mr. Armstrong instead and proceed on Mr. Armstrong today and not list him for recall unless we have to. All right, sir. This is State versus Justin Armstrong, W 2024-1573-0706. I'm Judge Elias. You're represented by Ms. Sorrell, the state by Mr. Mullen. Where do you live? Apartment or floor? City and state?
Newark, New Jersey.
And who do you live with there?
Yvonne Armstrong, my mother.
Anyone else?
Oh, no, that's it.
Ms. Sorrell.
Your Honor, unfortunately, the address was not verified.
Okay. Mr. Mullen, no release is recommended. I'm going to ask that you take a moment to talk to your office. He has exceeded the time frame for arraignment.
Okay, this is Jersey. So remember, there's no bond, there's no monetary bond in Jersey. You are either remanded or you are released with conditions. So you have to stay in jail, and there's nothing anybody can say about it until you see a superior court judge, or you can be released on level 1, level 2, level 3. You know, level 1 is calling once a month. Level 2 is call 1 month, show up in person next month. So these are the levels. So the recommendation was he is remanded. That's what she just said. Nobody can say anything to get him out of jail at this point, except she just said you are 1 day past the time limit for arraignment. So he should be released. He should be released because of that. Now, he's going to check his office real quick. The prosecutor is going to check the office real quick to see what's going on. All this guy needs to do is shut up. That's it. That's all he has to do is shut up. This is his attorney over here. And she's going to do her best, but
Permission to return in 15 seconds.
Certainly.
Can I use my own address, or do I have to be with somebody supervised?
Mr. Armstrong, just wait a moment. The prosecutor is reviewing something relative to.
You're confusing the court right now. I asked you for your name and your address. So what address did you give me?
My brother's address.
Okay. What's your address?
Well, I'm in there by myself. I thought I had to supervise.
I don't know why you got that impression.
Your Honor.
You're not, yes. You're giving us two addresses. You're not employed. I'm a little confused on how you live alone and afford to do that in today's day and age.
I was paid for, dad moved out, just stayed.
Before you became arrested, where were you living? Where? And how long had you been living there?
1997.
Since 1997?
My dad moved there in 1990.
And you'd been living with your dad since 1997?
All right, so I've been living there since maybe 2007, 2008.
And so we're clear, what happened to your dad?
He moved to Florida.
And who owns that home?
He does.
At 13? So it sounds like you need his number, Ms. Sorrell, depending on what the state is going to say next. Mr. Mullen.
Your Honor, thank you. So in this matter, Your Honor, with the concern of certainly setting a precedent, Your Honor, notwithstanding the fact that the defendant is already in that level 3, we are taking into consideration, Judge, that we are not dealing in this matter with a crime of violence, certainly not to underestimate the crime here, but we're not dealing with a crime of violence. And for that reason, Your Honor, is with some reluctance, or rather great reluctance, that we will concede on this instance to continue to defend it on level 3 weekly reporting, notwithstanding his non-compliance to date. In addition to that,
you're not doing it out of the goodness of your heart. You can't do it. You are past the date.
At level 3, we would ask that there be no contact with the location of the offense, namely the Family Dollar located at 494 Main Street in East Orange, New Jersey. Thank you.
The defense appreciates the reconsideration and has no objection to those conditions of release.
Ann, look up. Look up when you talk to me. Look up, Ann.
Where are you going to go live upon your release?
Can I be perfectly honest? I want to go to a program. I want to go to a program. Like when I get released, I'm going to something into a 28-day program because I'm tired of disappointing everybody. My family, my daughter, everybody. My daughter's about to be 10 years old and I don't even know. So I think that's what I'm
Well, I'm happy to hear that you're tired and that you want help.
just saying you for 10 years, Judge.
That's good news. But I'd like you to know that many programs have many people that are waiting for beds to open for them to go into them. So the idea that you're just going to go to a program may or may not exist. There may be programs that do have the availability for you. You may want to look into Elevate in Newark. They may have availability for you right away. Wherever else you think.
Be right back, checking something out for a friend. Elevate.
But I still need to know where you intend to go live. So what's that going to be? All right. Well, the state is agreeing to re-release you as a level 3 for monitoring. So every week you're going to be expected to report to pretrial services. Every week it'll either.
How does she do that? She's so freaking tiny. Okay, you know, Judge, the other judge from Nigeria, his head goes to about here when he's on this chair. She's down here, and she is looking down her nose at him. She's this big, and she is still looking down, and her stare is scary. That little girl's stare is very scary.
To be in person or by calling, but you have to report for monitoring. Be certain to do so on the day and at the time that you're expected to.
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time you worked?
9 to 5 job. 2019.
All right. So I'm going to order that you start to do what you need to do to make yourself proud of you and be able to reestablish your relationship with your daughter and perhaps provide for her. and your mother. So you have to seek and maintain gainful employment. Do not find yourself rearrested for any new offense while you're released. And if you go into the program, immediately notify pretrial services anytime you change your address or any other contact information like your telephone number. Do not miss your court dates and refrain from going to and within 500 feet of the Family Dollar at 494 Main Street in East Orange. Avoid all contact with Family Dollar's employees, customers, agents, or assigns that may be called to testify against you. Do you understand the conditions of your release?
Yes, Judge, I do.
I'm going to order a task evaluation for you as well, since it's
You think he understands? Do you think he's thinking about what job he's going to get now and, what clothes he's going to buy his daughter?
matter is going vertically, so that if you need any help finding recommendations for programs, that you can get that if you're serious. Your next court date is before Judge Zunick. I'm sorry, Judge Griffa on November 4th. Mr. Stone is assigned to represent you. So I'm going to change it in the order it had Zunick. I'm going to change it to what's on the face of the complaint. I don't know if it has November 4th based upon how long he's been recalled. Whether that is in fact the date he already has in the system.
Yes.
Right, so it looks like he already has that date. So he'll keep that date. I'm gonna go with Judge Greifa, because that's what's on the final vertical, although Judge Zunick's name was in the proposed order. And you can continue to talk to Mr. Stone about your eligibility for pretrial intervention, recovery court, and the Veterans Diversion Program. Please follow the directions of the Corrections Department and have a good day.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
So my daughter, okay, I said this before, but this was like 2 months ago, maybe 3, but I don't think it was 3. I have a key to my car, but I don't have a key to the doors. So you can't lock my car. My daughter went to the grocery store last night and she just took my car because hers is getting fixed. She's like, Mom, can I take your car? I said, okay. So I showed her how to work the lights. So that the headlights, it was in the middle of the night. So you turn the headlights on. If the taillights don't come on when you turn the headlights on, you got to I have this telescoping fishing pole in the car. You just take it and you bang under the seat, under the dash of the passenger seat, and then the lights will come on. So I had that ready for her, right? I'm like, okay, you take this fishing pole, you bang it, you'll be fine. Never thinking to tell her don't lock the car, because who would lock my car? Nobody's gonna walk up to my car and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna check that out." And they would put something in my car. She locked the car. So me and her boyfriend had to go to the grocery store parking lot last night, and with a screwdriver and a wire hanger, and and actually I brought my own screwdriver. And her boyfriend brought his own screwdriver, which was very convenient because normally it's just one screwdriver that we jimmy it, and that doesn't work very well. But when you shove 2 screwdrivers in there and you can do both of them, it's so easy. Only it wasn't. Okay. Normally, I'm wedging the door, and then it takes forever for someone to get the wire hanger to the button, because wire hangers like bend out and they're flappy, and I'm like holding this door open. Well, no one did. No one called the cops. So last night I'm like shoving these screwdrivers as hard as I can, and I'm leaned like my feet are way back there and my whole body's in it. But it took forever for that wire hanger to hit that button and pull it. Like we could get to the button, but we couldn't pull the button out. So everything from here and down my arms is because I was like 30, 40 minutes just pushing as hard as I could. What do you call that? Like when you push on a wall for fitness, isotopic leanness. What do you call that when you do that exercise that you're pushing on a wall because the wall can't move? Is it isotopic exercise or whatever? Listen, it hurts. I used to, it works. So if you want to work out, you don't have anything, just go isotonic. I almost made it. I almost made it. I just missed it by like just a little bit. But that's why you're here. And CJ, did you see? I pulled you up right away. Pew, pew. Oh, it's roadworthy. It's definitely okay. The bumper, it's fine. It's roadworthy. I have my state inspection license. I know how to inspect the car to make sure it's roadworthy. It's fine. Stupidity. Yeah. But everything hurts now. I don't know. Oh, 2004. It's a 2004, but it's so much fun to drive. It zips. Isotropic. I don't know. Whatever it is, it works because all my muscles hurt today. Like I worked out and all I did was hold still, very, very, very still, pushing very hard. Yeah, they work when I'm driving because I've slapped them. Like if they don't go out once you get them on. Once you get the lights on, they're fine. Well, unless you hit a bump too hard, but then you have your fishing pole. Idiotic. Yes. Yes. But it's okay because I have an idea. I'm going to tape all the locks down so they can't lock anymore. Then I don't have to worry about it. It's a Mazda 3 and it's very fast. I mean, it is. I had a Ford Mustang before and an old one, not 70s, not the stupid 80s and up. Yeah, I almost died. That's how I felt. My arms were like shaking. I'm like, hurry up. You gotta hurry up. So finally I let him go. I'm like to my little daughter, like, you gotta do this. She she didn't. She could not do it, not even for a second. So I had to get back on the screwdrivers. And I'm like telling her boyfriend, Just give me the wire. I'll get the button. Just give me the wire. You do this." No, no. I believe whatever you tell me. You can tell me it's pudding, and I will say, "Okay, it's pudding." No, not the Mustangs. I'm a huge Ford person. I'm a huge Ford Mustang person. So I will drive an 80s Ford Mustang, no problems, but they are my least favorite of all the Ford Mustangs. Now, the 60s were the best. The 70s were the second best. So of course I had a 70s. It's time. Hey, Judge, I love his colors today. And it's not a pocket square, it's a handkerchief. It was. I am hurting. Yes, Ardo. That's a fact. No, no. No, I have a muffler and it is fast. I'm telling you, it's fast, fast. Okay, let's go to Judge Fleischer.
Here, just do a quick run through, make sure the stuff is correct.
I don't think he spoke at the beginning. I think he hopped right into it today.
Yes, so right here, I'm gonna click the red up, hopefully, click class B, click on the days, as well as enhancement. And if we need supplement, I'm just gonna type state elects or moves to.
I only saw the beginning part of this, so the next part, I don't even know what happens because my eye hurt so bad that I had to go. I couldn't read that stupid text anymore.
You are Mr. Arajeta Escobar. So you're trying.
No, no, it's quiet. My Mustang was really loud, but my car is quiet. It's not. Well, when you stop at a red light, when you stop at a red light, it is loud and shakes unless you throw it in a neutral. If you just pop it in a neutral when you're stopped at a red light, quiet as a mouse. You don't hear anything. But if you leave it in drive while you're at a red light, first you're stupid because the whole car is saying, "Don't leave me in drive." So you just pop it in neutral.
Charged with deadly conduct. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Officers were conducting an undercover investigation in response to a street takeover in Harris County, Texas. Officers observed defendant's car doing donuts with another car in a pit of around 75 to 80 vehicles, while approximately 30 pedestrians watched. Officers observed defendant's car come within 5 to 10 feet of other vehicles and pedestrians and nearly strike the other car several times.
So he's doing donuts. Okay. Sir, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a
Please don't give my car any ideas. Please. I'm begging you.
Texas driver license? You are not allowed to drive. I want to impress on you how much it really chaps my ass. Someone drives without a license. Do not drive at all for any reason. Do you understand? You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. And if I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing 6 months of jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. I don't care what your excuse is. You cannot justify it for any reason. Do you understand? United States. Are you in this country with or without permission? Really? What kind of permission do you have?
Oh, no, sir.
So what happens if you go to jail? Don't tell him, Max. I want him to think about it. What happens if you go to jail?
Quit cheating, Max. Helicopter lawyer.
We try to get deported. Not pretty sure. You will. You need to realize that if you go to jail, you will get an immigration detainer. You will sit there in our jail until this case is over with. And then you'll be shipped off to immigration jail. And then you're going to sit there for another 6 to 9 months waiting for whatever's going to happen. And you sit there, you'll lose about 9 months of your life. No more bone-headed moves. And I will do everything in my power to protect this public. And I don't care if we have to drag you off kicking and screaming and crying that I have a family here, I've got kids. We don't care. We care about public safety. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Number one. Number two, the Texas legislature has made it extremely easy for DAs across the entire state of Texas to seize and take cars for people who engage in this type of behavior, be it donuts, racing, street takeovers, whatever it may be. DAs now are seizing and taking cars from individuals, and you don't get your car back. Do you understand? You are on notice now. So if you pick up another one of these cases, very likely that they seize and take your car, and that's it. You'll be taking the Dodge Patas everywhere. Do you understand? Okay, I'm going to have you come up here. You will swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I will have you go to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. You have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Max, and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If Max tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, or if you pick up another case,
And he'll tell you all the answers.
I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will not get any more PR bonds. And what I'm trying to tell you, if you go back to jail and sit there for any more than 4 hours, that's when immigration gets that detainer on you. They sweep it on a daily basis. Do you understand? You will not get any more warnings from us, so take it as you will. All right, come on. Thanks, Max.
Judge, we had a Spanish arrangement.
Okay.
And Luis's here. Page 5. Mateo.
Hi.
I did minivan for one.
Hello, Luis. Are you Judge Carac?
¿Es usted? Sí. Yes, solo miro el
So you're charged with tampering with the government record.
un documento gubernamental.
Facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
Multa de $4,000.
Thank you, Randy. Thank
Es
you.
lo que se llama tasa razonable.
Correct, remain
Tiene
silent.
derecho a permanecer.
You say Canna will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 2nd, 2024,
2024,
officers conducted a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas, for license plate having no return on database.
que no tenía un
Officer made
emparejamiento en la
contact
base de
with the
datos.
defendant.
Oficiales contactan con el
Defendant
acusado y el
stated
acusado
temporary
declaró
plate
que
was
la placa
purchased
temporal
off of
fue
someone
comprada de
for
alguien
$60
por $60
since current registration
porque su
was
matrícula
expired
actual estaba
and
vencida.
he had the plate
Y
for
él tenía la
approximately
placa
2
por
months.
aproximadamente 2 meses.
Defendant was ID'd with
El
Guatemalan
acusado
passport.
fue identificado por su pasaporte guatemalteco.
Sir, I'm going to find
Señor,
there's
voy a fallar que hay
probable
suficiente
cause to
caso
go forward
razonable
with
para
the
seguir
case.
adelante con su caso.
Are you a United States
¿Ciudadano
citizen?
mexicano? No. No.
Are you in this country
En
with
este
or
país
without permission?
sin permiso. Pero hable más fuerte, no le escucho. Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
Si usted va a una cárcel. Señor, no le escucho, hable como yo. Hable del mismo volumen mío. I do not know.
I
Solo miro el
want you to
juez.
think about it.
Quiero que lo
You in
piense,
this
señor.
country
Si está en este
without
país,
permission?
con permiso o sin permiso, ¿qué le pasaría si va a una cárcel? Señor, no le escucho, hable más fuerte.
No me va a estar en la cárcel.
I don't like going to jail.
What happens if you
¿Qué
go to
pasa si
jail?
usted va a una cárcel?
No lo sé.
¿Perdón?
No sé.
I do not know.
Immigration sweeps the jail
Hace rastreos en la
every
cárcel.
couple hours.
Cada par de horas.
If they find you in the jail,
En la cárcel.
put an immigration detainer, and you will sit in jail until they ship you off to immigration. And then you will sit another 6 months, perhaps, in immigration custody until they get ready to deport you, if they deport you. However, you will lose the next 6 to 9 months of your life. I'm advising you now not to break the law, not to break the conditions we place on you now, because you were lucky to get out of jail one time. The next time you might not get so lucky. Do you understand?
Señor.
Sí.
Yes.
I am ordering you now
Le
as
estoy
a
ordenando
condition of your
ahora como
bond
condición de su fianza
not to drive at
no
all.
ningún vehículo para nada.
I don't care.
That was my Mustang. It was a Mustang 2 Ghia. Not like the normal 60s Mustangs. It was way smaller than that picture makes it look. Connor's here. Oh my gosh. One of my family members is on my stream. Connor, how's school? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be asleep? You have school. You didn't see the picture? Hold on. It had a red interior. It was really small. Think of like a Corvette instead of like a Mustang. So it was dual exhaust. There was cherry pack on it, and I dropped a 302 in it, so that means like it was real light. I dropped a V8 in it and made it work, and it was so fast. Anyway, that's my teenage car.
Care what you have to do. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, then you are not allowed to drive, and that is your bond condition. If I find that you drive, I will put you in jail, and I'm going to make your bond extremely high. And if you are not able to get out within a couple hours, immigration will put their claws all over you, and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody
You want
until this
more?
case is over with, and then shipped off to immigration. Do you understand now?
¿Usted entiende ahora, señor? Perdón, hable más fuerte, hermanito.
Habla
Hable.
fuerte, man.
¿Qué orden?
I don't understand what the gentleman's saying. ¿Qué dijo, señor? No le entendí, hermanito.
¿De qué orden habla?
What order are you speaking of?
This order.
Esta orden,
I'm
señor.
going to have you sign here, promising me you're not going to drive.
That is fine.
Do you understand?
¿Ahora entiende?
Sí.
Yes.
What are you not allowed to do?
¿Qué es lo que usted no está permitido en hacer?
Pero que no puedo manejar.
I cannot drive.
What happens if you do?
¿Qué pasa si lo hace?
En la cárcel.
¿Perdón?
Si lo hace en la cárcel.
If I do it, I go to jail.
What happens if you go to jail?
¿Qué pasa si usted va a la cárcel?
Pues, no quiero ir a la cárcel.
Señor, no le
No quiero
entiendo,
ir a la
hermano.
cárcel.
I just don't want to go to jail.
You didn't have to say that, dude. We know. Nobody wants to go to jail. Except for that other guy we saw earlier that kept stealing over and over.
You
and over.
understand that immigration sweeps the jails every couple hours?
Cada par de horas? Cada 2 horas? Yes.
What did I just say?
¿Qué le acabo de decir a usted?
No sé.
¿Cómo?
No sé.
I do not know.
You just repeated it back to me 2 seconds ago, man.
Repetírmelo. Un par de segundos, señor. No está poniendo cuidado. Póngame cuidado lo que le digo.
I'm trying to get you to understand what's at stake.
Hay riesgo aquí.
Sí. Sí.
Yes. ¿A qué se dedica usted? ¿En qué trabaja?
En un convicto nomás. Busco trabajo y a veces se encuentra, a veces no.
¿Usted dijo Home Depot?
Sí.
I spend time at a Home Depot. Sometimes I'm able to find work, sometimes I'm not.
How do you eat? How do you get money?
¿Cómo come? ¿Cómo consigue usted dinero, señor?
A veces si voy a trabajar un día y eso me come.
Sometimes I'm able to work for one day and we use that to eat.
Who do you live with?
¿Con quién vive?
Nomás estoy solo con mi mujer y una hija nomás.
¿Y quién?
Estoy solo con mi mujer. Vivo en un apartamento.
Su mujer y quién más. Diga, hábleme de todas las
No.
personas que vivan con usted.
Mi mujer y yo y mi hijo.
My woman, my child, and myself in an apartment.
You have a child?
¿Usted tiene un hijo?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. I need him to speak to lawyers so he really truly understands what's going on. And I'm going to have him come here and explain it to me until we get it through his skull that he knows he's not to drive and the impact of him going to jail. So I'm going to just keep bringing him back until he understands. Take a seat for me in the jury box. Well, hold on, Luis. I need him to swear first that he's not going to drive. I mean, if we have to bang it 20 times, then I'm going to do it.
I need a court appointment.
Yeah, right. I need.
Pase aquí, por favor. Le van a tratar de no. ¿Viene aquí?
So Liz, Gloria.
Sorry. Who's your guy?
Roma.
It's PCI.
Gloria Solis, come up. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable
Overwhelming.
cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
October 2nd, 2024, officers observed the defendant's vehicle make an unsafe lane change and nearly made contact with another vehicle in Harris County, Texas.
Victoria.
Officers made contact with the driver. Officers observed the defendant swaying upon exiting the vehicle. Defendant stated she consumed approximately 2 16-ounce Bud Light beers before operating her motor vehicle. SFSTs were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 2 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. DIC read and consented to breath. Results 0.141, 0.136. Defendant ID'd with Texas driver's license.
Any prior DWIs?
No, Judge.
See a license? Ms. Solis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? As long as you have both, you can continue to drive. I am ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using any alcohol or drugs, I'll revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Okay, we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire lawyers. So first, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, we'll get you over to pretrial where we will have you sign bond conditions. And after that, you'll be free to go. I will say this, ma'am, that there's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI, so don't sit there and wait because you'll only hurt yourself.
I'm sorry, timing with what?
There's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI, so don't wait a month or two.
How's the wind and rain, John? How are you in Florida, John? Do you still have a roof?
Because you're really only hurting yourself. Okay? Okay, ma'am, please.
Page 14, Romo.
Come up, Romo.
How are the hedges?
How goes it?
Pretty good, Judge. Oh, with my client. Thought we were just, I thought
I
we were
know.
just having
I
polite
know that
conversation. She's doing well. She's actually done with SOP on Sunday. I was just informed by the CLO. The only issue is she was $600.
Guys. I think I just found my outfit for Judge Fleischer's courtroom. If she can wear that, so can I. Listen, here's what I'll do to make it acceptable. I'll wear it with a long skirt, and then it'll look professional. But that's what I want to wear. That's what I want to wear. I want to wear Deadpool saying, "Shh, no one cares." Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if we can, I didn't get her phone number because she has a criminal case against her, so I can get her phone number. And she's right there in Texas. I don't even need to go buy anything. I could just call her and say, "Yo, can I borrow your shirt for a minute?" That's Oh, Monica, I want you so bad. I mean, I'm not even in trouble, and I would wear that. Excuse me, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm not even in trouble, and I wouldn't wear that. She's in trouble, and she decided to wear that. She could have at least, I would rather have turned it inside out and worn my shirt inside out than show that to the judge. I mean, she could. Oh, I don't think she's allowed to cross her arms. I was gonna say she could at least cross her arms, but nope, she's not allowed to do that. She could ask. Nope, she's not allowed to do that either. She just should have turned it inside out. It would have taken a second, but man, do I want to.
First, and they won't release the certificate until she pays. But other than that, she's in good
She's
shape.
completed it?
She doesn't complete it until the 14th. The counselor said she's actually participating, everything is good, it's just the payment.
Are you working? What do you,
Yes, Judge.
what do you do?
I am a exotic dancer.
So tell me why you can't pay.
I'm not made out of money. I've already paid.
You know, nice passive aggressiveness. I mean,
That's not what I meant.
really?
That's really why. It's a lot of money that I've been paying, and I have a kid that I take care of. I am trying, and I paid $300 down I didn't realize I missed my payment. And now I'm so close to the end that instead of 300, it's 600. I can totally get it and I will.
They charge you double?
No,
She
I
missed
said,
a payment in September and then one was due this week.
Oh, got it. Okay, so, but it's the normal course of what she would be paying regardless. Yeah, they tell you, and you know that when you pick up a DWI,
So how much does an exotic dancer in Harris County, Texas, wearing a Deadpool hoodie make on a Friday night?
it's extremely expensive. It's big business for everyone, and the more DWIs you get, everything doubles up. So, and then after SOP, is that the last thing? Okay, when is she done?
The 14th, Monday.
If you pay it off that day, then they end up dismissing the case. So, you know, the sooner you pay it, the sooner you're done. Do you want to set it for just next week, one day?
What do the dancers you go see look like?
To make sure that it gets done.
If the court wants to, Judge, I think she'll get it done, but.
Yeah, I mean, we have to set it for a day, right?
Yeah, that'd be great. So can we do the late end of the week?
Sure, any day but Friday. You know, the only other thing I'm going to counsel you on is that the kind of business you're in, the peer pressure is absolutely enormous. To consume, you know, alcohol, illegal drugs, all that kind of stuff. So be very wary of that. And then I guess the most important thing is just don't get into a car.
the
Behind the
DWI
wheel.
program has helped me a lot. And I like being sober.
Well, look, the only thing we're trying to impart to you is that if you're gonna get lit, great, just don't get into a car. That's all we care about. Just, it's really, push a button on your phone, get a car waiting, 20 bucks, wherever you want to go. How much money have you paid for all this? Thousands and thousands, right? 20 bucks. All right, pick a day.
Thursday,
any day.
next week, Judge?
Done. Good luck, man. Okay.
Thanks, Good to see you. Have a good day.
Stuck like Chuck. Judge, you're gonna have to help me with that.
I can't help you. You're the man, you're the,
Shut
oh,
up,
not me.
John. What a horrible thing to say. Why would you say that? That's so mean. I was never mean to you. Oh, gosh. Oh man, I watched the whole thing. I watched my Phillies die in a ball of burning flame last night while I was trying to work and trying to watch Bill's stream, and I got ranch all over me. So like skin is awesome. You can wash anything off your skin. You know, you get ranch on your skin, you go wash it. But when you have a cloth thing on your arm and then they pour ranch all over it, I had to scrub out. I had to scrub this out. Still smells like ranch. And then my Phillies lost. Oh, it was hard. It was very hard to watch. Stupid Mets. Come on, New York. Why? Why did you have to do that? Why? Anyway, we're talking about court, not stupid baseball. I hate stupid baseball. I'm never watching it again. There we go. Ooh, press play.
I need someone from the state, please, for an arraignment on Mr. Yusuf.
Any one of you could have said, take it to the wine away tab. Any one of you could have said that, and it would have been very funny. And y'all missed your opportunity.
Good morning, Mr. Youssef. Do you speak English, sir?
A little bit.
Would you like a translator?
No, I mostly I understand.
Okay. You were charged with theft. If there's something that you don't understand, please let me know, okay? You were charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 1st, 2024, officers were dispatched to 7051 Southwest Freeway in Harris County, Texas for a theft in progress. Officers arrived and met with the complaining witness, who is employed as a general manager at the Texas Jasmine Wholesale. He stated the defendant walked into the store and purchased items from the tobacco section, including many cartons of cigarettes. He stated the defendant paid for those items, and they were placed in 2 large cardboard boxes in his cart. Complainant stated the defendant left the registers at the tobacco section and began to walk around the rest of the store. Complaining witness stated defendant placed items from the general merchandise section into these cardboard boxes of items he had already paid for. Said defendant placed $182 worth of batteries, lights, condoms, and M&Ms into his cart. Complaining witness states the defendant left the store to the parking lot without paying for these extra items.
You say batteries, lights, and condoms? And M&Ms. And what's the value?
Oh, yeah, so when
$182.
Okay. I show a prior theft open from 2011. Is this true?
No, it's, he pled to 2 days Harris County Jail, 2011, Judge.
Yeah, that was the reason I transferred it. I thought it was still open.
It's not open.
It's not. In JWeb, it's closed out.
And I have a judgment here, Judge, that he did plead guilty.
So, yeah.
It's a plea of guilty, Judge, yes.
Yes.
Time served.
WWs.
Yes. And you need to understand with your prior, no, don't say anything. The only thing I'm going to advise you is that because you had a prior theft, you are now enhanced to a minimum of 30 days in jail. It says here, before the commission of the offense as alleged above on June 6, 2011, in cause number 174-6608, in the county court at law number 13 of Harris County, Texas, the defendant was convicted of the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Therefore, it is a minimum of 30 days in jail in this case. Do you understand? I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case.
Really
I am now
lovely,
forbidding
though.
you from going back to this location. If I find that you go back to this location where this allegedly occurred, or if you pick up a new case, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, sir? Okay. What do you do for a living, sir?
I do apologize. I just my first and last mistake. So
Don't talk about the case.
Exotic
I would
dancer
only
as
like to
well.
know what you do for a living. Do you work?
yeah, I will work.
What do you do?
I work on the store. And salesman.
How much money do you make a month?
34, 35 hours at $10 per hour.
So how much do you make a month?
1400.
That's the entirety of what you make a month? Who do you live with? Are you married? What is your,
That sounds
you're
fun,
currently married with,
Harry.
you have a wife?
Yeah.
Does your wife work as well?
Mm,
Do you have any children? Can you afford a lawyer? I'll have you fill out an application for me, but I need to know everything about you. I need to know how much money you take in a month. I need to know any source of income that you have, what kind of cars you drive, any kind of retirement that you may have. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have in the bank, and I will see whether you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. If you do, then I'll appoint your lawyer, but if you don't qualify, then you'll be required to hire a lawyer. Okay, but don't just give me back something and it says all zeros, because that's not true. And I want you, this is a document that you're going to swear to, so be honest. Okay, please.
Sir, come on.
So can you file no going back to the location?
It's a state sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Yes, states.
No problem.
But I know he started after the passport, I just don't know.
This is where I left. This is where I had to say goodbye.
What you got?
Mr. Karak, he was here before. You were giving him conditions and he didn't seem to understand. I made sure that I spoke to him with
Who
my.
are you talking?
And over there in the red shirt, I spoke to the office
Speak
with him.
Spanish?
I don't speak any Spanish. Our office goes through stuff, whenever there's an issue, our office can explain everything to the client. We make sure he understands he cannot drive. He's not driving
Got
out.
to point it to him?
No, we got hired.
Oh, you're hired on it. Oh, come up.
He doesn't speak English, but he understands that he can not be driving, and our office will explain any kind of conditions that he doesn't understand right after this as well.
But I want him to understand what happens if he goes to jail.
Yes, Judge.
You guys explain that to him.
What happens if he goes to jail?
Correct.
You mean if he violates?
If he ends up back in jail for an extended period of time, he's going to get an ice hold.
We will very much explain that to him.
I was hoping that he would. Okay, I thought I was gonna. I guess you signed on to the case, so I can't. All right. So I was gonna appoint him a lawyer to get through to him because I tried to explain to him probably like 5 different times what happens if he goes to jail and it wasn't
I'll make
registered.
sure our office gets it makes it very clear to him what will happen.
My main concern is that he's not driving. All right.
And he signed the NDA, and I also make sure the office explains to him he cannot drive.
Que no puedes manejar para nada. No me importa qué excusa tú tienes. Si tú manejes, tú vas a ir a la cárcel. Y si tú vas a la cárcel, estás ahí por un tiempo, inmigración te va a poner en detención. ¿Me entiendes? ¿Sí o no?
Sí.
¿Seguro? ¿Me entiendes?
Sí.
¿Seguro?
Sí.
¿Qué pasa si tú vas a la cárcel entonces?
Pasa mal. Va a pasar mal. Mal me va a pasar.
Más fuerte.
Mal me va a pasar.
No me estás diciendo que va a pasar. Inmigración te va a poner en detención. ¿Entiendes eso?
Sí, sí.
¿Qué significa eso? No me entiendes.
No me van a manejar.
No, he's not getting, I don't
I will
understand.
make sure it is fully explained to him by our
Yeah.
office what happens if he violates.
Vas a la cárcel. Inmigración te va a poner en detención y cuando eso pasa, no puedes salir de la cárcel. Tú te quedes en la cárcel hasta que se termina. Escúchame. Tú te quedes en la cárcel hasta que se termina este caso y después te lleven a inmigración y te van a deportar de ahí. ¿Entiendes eso?
Sí.
¿Seguro?
Sí, seguro.
Dime de nuevo, ¿qué te dije?
Si la migración me fue en la cárcel y va a pasar un tiempo en la cárcel y me va a quedar ahí hasta que termina mi caso y me van a reportar, sí.
Perfecto. Si tú manejes o si tú sacas otro caso, eso va a pasar. ¿Estamos bien? No manejes.
That's
Okay.
a good
Thank you,
question.
Your Honor.
Lawyers,
Maybe excuse?
I don't think he still gets it.
We'll make sure our office fully explains it, Your Honor. Because I know what's gonna happen if he doesn't follow conditions.
I wonder if Ramona can translate. I mean, I'm guessing, and I don't know. I'm guessing a lot of people in Texas speak Spanish.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please have a seat.
You look at, it's pretty good.
How many times is it? 7?
That's most likely
Oh,
possible.
Judge. Oh, yeah.
Tell me something nice.
Take a picture of you sitting behind this fancy bench.
Boom.
What's
Page 14.
No, stop. No, don't. No, stop.
Yes.
Who you got, Peter?
Rodriguez Cabrera. Will you take a picture of me sitting up there?
Oh, so what's going on with this? You guys were supposed to have.
So we've submitted the package to Nathan. I submitted it
Is it
Monday.
here so we can send it for a TRAS?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
great.
it hasn't been okayed, but it will. I just submitted within the 72 hours. I submitted Monday evening. By the time I got everything from him. So it's a 173, 176 and fell asleep in the vehicle. So I don't see why Nathan wouldn't okay it.
Are you okay with us sending him now for a TRAS?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think.
And we'll give you like 3 weeks after that so that you guys can get the interlock.
No, that's right. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
He
Hello, late. I'm
He's a
back.
Spanish speaker, but he speaks enough English to understand what we're doing. We just may have. You sure you don't want to?
No, it's not. No, please. No.
I mean, look at all this.
We love you too.
I
Hi,
missed
Josh.
it. What was he
Mr.
asking
Marshall,
for? Was anybody paying attention to the judge? What was that attorney asking for that the judge was saying, no, no, please, no? Did it have anything to do with YouTube at all?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, GPS prior to release, please.
Well, that's not very professional.
Marshall, page 25.
It's not like I was going to do that same
Curfew,
thing.
9P to 6A.
He's coming on out right now. Mr. Burris is coming out for a waiver, Your Honor. He's on his way out with Mr. Marshall, so that Mr. Marshall can sign his stuff.
Okay. Brandon,
Your Honor.
can I do that?
Yeah, you go. Thank you, Judge. Giovanni. This way, sir. This one.
Ready on the blue?
Your Honor. Judge, we have an order for you to consider waiving mandatory fees. Back then. Question on that, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Gomez.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Gomez, you're charged with driving, I'm assuming it's driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. It's a first?
It is, Your Honor.
A true first?
It is. And the other case, Your Honor, is getting dismissed.
Is it a gun or?
Yes.
I want you to understand what he's asking me to do is something very big. He's asking me to waive your fines and fees. What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a welder.
How much money do you make a month?
He has his own company, Judge. So he's telling me it's off and on work.
This is important because what he's asking me to do is waive around $3,500 worth of fees to you. So it's a lot of money. And I'm going to tell you, when you get a second DWI, that kicks it up to around $7,000 to $7,500 that you have to pay. And if you don't pay, you go to jail for every day that you don't pay. It's $100 you sit in custody until you pay the entire balance. So you could be potentially looking at a lot of jail time. What you also need to understand is this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Whenever you get pulled over, the first thing officers do is they look at your record. They're going to, if they see a prior DWI, they're going to go up to your window. If they smell alcohol, what do you think they're going to do to you?
Take me to jail.
Right. You don't need to be stone cold drunk where you're urinating on yourself, where you're vomiting on yourself. That doesn't matter. All they're going to see is a prior DWI. They're going to see the alcohol. They'll assume a tolerance and boom. So if I were you, I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get in the car because you have a lot to lose. What we're doing today, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never undo this or change this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? I'll find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. And I'll waive the fee for you. But this, not going to happen again. You're going to be paying a pretty penny if you come back here. If you want to go get loaded, great. $20 an Uber, wherever you want to go. Do you understand? Okay. Good luck, guys. Thanks.
For all of you people who think Rachel is Victoria in Judge Fleischer's chat, that is Victoria.
Yes.
That is Shakur.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
Was here, that's one of the
Jail.
attorneys
It's jail.
picked it up.
Did you steal my paperwork? Oh. Oh, there it is.
She stole it.
Again.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So who
This
is?
is Mr. Burris, Your Honor, this is for the waiver. This was Mr. Marshall that you and Josh were just finished talking about.
Yes, sir.
A very, very dangerous person. And I'm going to tell you, what does this look of bewilderment? You're charged with aggravated robbery. You're charged with retaliation, and now you pick up 2 other cases. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the public. And I'm going to tell you now, if that means having to stick your bonds at $50,000, I will do it in a heartbeat. I'm going to put a whole host of conditions on you. I don't know if you're going to get out, but if you do, you violate one small thing, you will be staying with me. Do you understand? No dope, no alcohol, no going to any of the places where you've been charged with theft or any of the other things that you got, no weapons, and I'm putting an ankle monitor and I'm giving you a curfew. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. Your curfew is from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Do you understand? Your bonds now are set at around
I know what you can do for part of that time. Yes, sir.
what, 70?
Hit like and subscribe.
Who's repping?
Shreya's representative.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Josh.
Josh, he stepped out because it was just coming out to sign the
Oh, I
condition.
can step in.
No, I think his bonds are wholly insufficient. His criminal mischief is at 1,000. His theft is at $800. That's just, and he's charged with aggravated robbery and a retaliation. I don't think so. That's like, that's, yeah, I'm gonna need, so what we'll do is I'm gonna roll him to tomorrow and we'll talk with Josh tomorrow, but I now find that your bonds are wholly insufficient. You're way too dangerous, man. Way too dangerous.
You need to wait on the bond conditions then?
No, let's have it signed just in case he makes bond now. That way we have it in place. But I'll readdress the bond tomorrow. Perception is reality. So you're wanted at a current California for willful cruelty to a child. Are you waiting formal extradition, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what that means is we give the demanding jurisdiction here, California, 2 weeks to come pick you up. And if they fail to come pick you up within that time, we will release you.
Yes, sir.
You know that California is ready to come get him, Amy?
Oh, yes.
Okay, all right. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hey, Judge, good morning.
And come on up.
All right, guys, we made it. We made it to the end. Thank you, Kelly, for reminding me that it's Thursday. Because if I get the wrong day, I don't have the right stuff, and it's just a mess. I've never tasted hayberry gum. Yep. We did our 2 hours. We put our solid day of work in. And now we're going to bed. Some people have to go to work. I'm sorry. Hi, Victoria. I'm glad Victoria's going to work, though. Yep. I have my red bubble open. And I know why I couldn't put a shop out. I did all these things with just my logo, and you have to have at least 5 different designs. So I'm definitely gonna do Stuck Like Chuck. I'm gonna let you. Oh man, maybe I should do one that says Connor loves me more than anybody else. Connor, you stayed around too. Go to school. Open your laptop. Log into school. Do your work. Connor worked with me last night, guys. Connor was the dishwasher. He made sure we all had silverware. Because Tuesday night we ran out of silverware. But not last night. Connor made sure I had it. Sounds good, Beck. Sounds good. I know I'm gonna do light. I'm gonna light you up. Does that sound right? Or just light you up? I know I'm gonna do stuck like Chuck. What else? I need 5. Should I do HE double hockey stick? Should I use the little hockey sticks icon? I'll make your head spin. Light you up. I'll make your head spin. Stuck like Chuck. My logo. And the last one could be HE double hockey sticks. Or you know what? I should do something from my channel. Even though Judge Fleischer is my channel. Fine. You will flip. Or sprout horns and tails. Kelly, I can't. I'll make you flip. That actually is a good one because that could mean so many things on a shirt. You think anybody's going to buy that? I'm going to give Fozzie one, all right. Hold on. I'll give Fozzie one if he tells me what to write on it in the next 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Fozzie, you had your chance, but you ain't here. Am I allowed to put Fleischer's name on a shirt? Okay, I can put more on than just 5. I just have to get 5 done. So I'm just going to do the first 5 I can think about, start it, and then I'll just add more as I go. Yeah. That sounds perfect. Oh, I have a bath mat. That has my logo on it. I could just replace that with poop shelves with my logo floating in there. Oh, wait, not floating because, the toilet is just weird. No, I'm gonna make my logo here and ask me about court fives and see how many ladies go out there and get some go out there and sell. I have my logo here and over here I was gonna say ask me about court vibes and you just go out into the world. Sorry, Connor. I didn't mean that. That's a good one. Logo written in a pooch. Yeah, I would wear that. Yeah, she didn't. It was a screwdriver, Connor. It wasn't exercise. I had her push the screwdriver and she just the door didn't even come out a little. Like it just didn't. Too bad noob is not noob. Yep. Hey, Hell's Jail is a good one, but I'm gonna put a Z on it. Hell's Jail. No, I did it. I had to do it. Cody was working the coat hanger. You can't hold the door open and work the coat hanger. You just can't. You cannot. Hold on, Kelly. I don't even have it ready yet. Hold on. You don't have to. You already sent me everything you need to send me. Are you calling your aunt a liar? I will get Victoria right now. I will wake her up and I will bring her here. I'm going to bring her on my next stream. Connor. I don't lie. I have pain to prove it. I have old people paying to prove it. 1v1 me. Come on. I'll come over right now. Oh, 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 I like that. The Pac-Man tie would be printed on with a little Court Vibes logo right there. Yes. Little Court Vibes bow tie. I need to make a bow tie too. Bye, love. Thank you. All right. 5 designs. There's no reason why I can't get this up today. I am going to take a nap first, though, because my eyes are closing heavy. They're so heavy. Be good, guys. And everybody in Florida, please stay safe. Gosh, Florida is stressing me out, seriously. All I'm doing is watching Florida and getting stressed out. Anybody who's in Florida, keep sending us updates, even if it's just like a dot, so we know that you're okay. John, Bill, I know you're not on, but all right, guys, be good. I will see you next time. Here we go.
Got these lights that goes digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes mirror sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With extreme, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm.